Imagine holding one of the world's most powerful passports, only to find doors quietly closing all around you. That's what's happening to millions of British citizens in 2025. Once welcomed with open arms, British nationals are now facing visa walls, revoked residency paths, and digital border blocks. From Colombia's tit-for-tat retaliation to Spain pulling the rug from retirees, the message is subtle but clear. You're no longer special. This isn't about politics alone. It's about housing crises, migration surges, and a global shift in how nations define reciprocity. So here's a question for you. Can you guess the #1 country that just banned or restricted British immigrants this year? Type your guess in the comments. And no cheating. As we go through these 10 shocking cases, you'll see how the world is changing faster than most travelers realize. From Asia to South America, the UK passport is facing a quiet but undeniable pushback. Stay till the end, because the most surprising country? We'll reveal it in the final chapter. Before we continue, just a reminder. Everything you're hearing in this video isn't just opinion or assumption. These are real events, backed by verified news sources, government data, and official statements. If you want to read them yourself, I've included the links in the description and pinned comment below this video. Number 1. Colombia. In late 2024, a single tweet by Colombian President Gustavo Petro sent a chill down the spines of British expats. By the principle of reciprocity, Colombia will now require UK visitors to obtain visas. That's it. No more casual backpacking across Medellin. No more spontaneous retiree relocation to Bogotá. What triggered this dramatic shift? In short, the UK struck first. Britain had just reimposed visa requirements on Colombians due to a rise in asylum claims. Petro, never one to hold back, responded in kind. The move wasn't just political posturing. It meant real-world headaches for thousands of Brits planning to visit Colombia in 2025. Suddenly, they needed to apply in advance, explain their travel purpose, and wait for approval. "We welcomed you with trust," said one Colombian immigration officer to BBC Mundo. "But now you make us queue for your country? It's only fair." For a country that had become a hidden gem for UK retirees and digital nomads, Colombia's decision sent a clear message. Hospitality is mutual, and so is regulation. Number 2. Honduras. It lasted just a day. But for many, it was a wake-up call. In August 2024, Honduras stunned the UK travel community by suddenly announcing that British citizens would need visas, effective immediately. Airlines scrambled, passengers panicked, and tour operators canceled bookings overnight. The reason? A diplomatic tit-for-tat. Just weeks earlier, the UK had imposed stricter entry rules on Hondurans. Honduras responded not with words, but with borders. Although the Honduran government reversed the decision 24 hours later, the damage was already done. British travelers learned something vital. Visa-free access isn't a right, it's a privilege that can be snatched in a heartbeat. As reported by La Tribuna on August 16th, the suspension was lifted to preserve tourism ties, but the warning had already echoed globally. Reciprocity isn't just a word. It's policy now. Number 3. Namibia. Namibia didn't tweet. It didn't grandstand. Instead, in a quiet cabinet session in March 2024, it voted to remove visa-free access for 30-plus countries, including the UK. As of April 1st, 2025, British tourists now have to apply online or at the border, paying up to £75 just to enter. The reason? A demand for reciprocity. Namibians can't walk into Britain without a visa, so why should Brits walk into Windhoek freely? The African travel industry took notice, with ATTA, African Travel and Tourism Association, reporting widespread concern about the impact on European tourism. But Namibia stood firm. "This is not about hostility," said a government spokesperson. "It's about fairness." For British wildlife lovers, overlanders, and retirement seekers, Namibia's move is a quiet reminder that visa diplomacy is now a two-way street. Number 4. Spain. Spain wasn't aiming at the UK, but British expats felt the blow the hardest. In April 2024, Spain's government ended the Golden Visa program, a residency scheme that had allowed thousands of Britons to live in Spain simply by investing €500,000 in property. The move came as housing protests rocked Madrid and Barcelona. Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez stated, "We must guarantee homes for Spaniards, not investors." The program's shutdown erased a path many Brits had relied on post-Brexit. No more fast-tracked residency. No more sunshine security blanket. For retirees who saw Spain as their golden years haven, the rule change was devastating. As El País noted, the majority of Golden Visa applicants were not Russian oligarchs, but middle-class Europeans. The dream for many has ended. Number 5. EU Schengen Zone. It doesn't feel like a ban, it's just an online form, right? But to many older travelers, ETIAS, the EU's new travel authorization, feels like a wall where there once was a welcome mat. Starting mid-2025, UK citizens must pay €7 and apply for pre-approval before visiting any Schengen country, from France to Italy. Once they could simply book and board. Now there's a screening gate, however small. EU Commissioner Ylva Johansson called it a mirror of the US ESTA system. But the symbolism wasn't lost on British travelers. We've gone from family to guests. Travel agencies across the UK now coach clients on navigating the new process, and the UK Foreign Office is updating travel advice weekly. It's not a ban, but it's a shift. The easy freedom Brits once enjoyed in Europe, it's fading, one regulation at a time. Number 6. Russia. In the geopolitical chessboard of sanctions and retaliations, Russia made its move. In April 2025, the Russian Foreign Ministry banned 21 British MPs and officials from entering the country. The reason? Russophobia, as quoted by TASS. The ban may not affect regular tourists yet, but it sends a crystal-clear message. Some Brits are no longer welcome. While casual travel to Russia has already plummeted since 2022, this move confirmed that diplomatic feuds now have personal consequences. The UK has advised citizens against travel to Russia. But for many cultural exchange scholars, students, and NGOs, the ice is thicker than ever. In today's world, policy can mean passport blocks, even for parliamentarians. Number 7. Malaysia. For years, Malaysia's My Second Home, MM2H program, was a retirement paradise for British pensioners. But in mid-2024, the rules changed, drastically. New minimum deposits soared to over $150,000, with some tiers demanding even more. As The Edge Malaysia put it, MM2H is no longer for retirees. It's for investors. This isn't a ban in name, but in practice, it excludes thousands. The average UK retiree can no longer qualify. Long-time expats now face renewal hurdles, new scrutiny, and for many, a painful relocation. "It's like we were quietly pushed out," said one British expat in Penang. Malaysia hasn't closed the door, but it's raised the lock far out of reach. Number 8. Israel. Starting January 2025, even short-term visitors to Israel must apply for an electronic travel authorization (ETA). The UK, long considered a friendly nation, is not exempt. Applicants must fill out forms 72 hours in advance and pay a processing fee. For many British Christians visiting the Holy Land or tech entrepreneurs flying into Tel Aviv, this is a new barrier. Israel says it's about security, not politics. Yet for Brits used to fast, spontaneous travel, it's another unexpected paper trail. As EY Global Immigration reported, this is part of a growing global trend toward digital borders. The world is not closing, but it is curating who enters and how. Number 9. The Philippines. While not an official ban, in 2025, the Philippines is reviewing long-term stay policies amid rising concerns of over-tourism and housing pressure in digital nomad hotspots like Siargao and Cebu. Though UK citizens can still enter visa-free for short stays, crackdowns on extensions and work-from-paradise lifestyles are growing. Immigration officials have started questioning long-term British stayers more aggressively. As GMA News reported in early 2025, the Bureau of Immigration is tightening scrutiny of foreigners who use tourist visas to live here indefinitely. For many UK freelancers and semi-retirees, this creates uncertainty and a soft restriction. The welcome mat is still out, but it's starting to curl at the edges. Number 10. The United Kingdom. Yes, the UK itself is part of the problem. By reinstating visa requirements on Colombians, Hondurans, and others in 2023 to 2024, the UK triggered a chain reaction. Countries struck back, not out of malice, but of fairness. As Colombia's president put it, "If you don't let us in freely, why should we let you?" This boomerang effect is reshaping travel as we knew it. British tourists, retirees, and professionals now face mounting walls abroad, walls Britain itself helped build. Reciprocity isn't revenge, it's reality. And in 2025, it's rewriting the map of British global mobility. A decade ago, the UK passport was a golden key, unlocking almost every door without question. But today, in a world shaped by nationalism, housing crises, and reciprocal diplomacy, even that key has begun to rust. These 10 countries didn't slam the door in anger. They closed it with policy, logic, and, yes, strategy. And for millions of Brits dreaming of life abroad, the path is no longer as smooth. So here's your turn. Which country surprised you the most? Was it Colombia's direct clapback? Spain's elegant exit from the expat game? Or Namibia's quiet assertion of fairness? Comment below, and let's talk about it. The world is changing. And for British citizens, it's time to travel informed, not just hopeful.